Shalom, peace, love, and light to the tribe. It's your boy Sir Fuqua. Now you already know we align with the divine every time you make a video. Just sitting here, enjoying the good sunset, doing a little bit of sun gazing, getting that good vitamin D, them good radiation waves from the sun that just hit like no other. But anyways, I wanted to make a video concerning Ascension because it is that time, right? We are in Ascension hours. We are in Ascension time, right? We are in a period where souls are awakening to who they originally are, right? They are remembering things from their past lives, and they are coming into who they once were and going back to where they originally came from, right? Because these beings that are awakening are the original beings, right? And of course, there are exceptions to this. I'm not trying to, make this anything about like a specific people or anything like that. But let's just get right into Ascension, right? So, when it comes to this particular topic, right, there's kind of levels to it, right? There's levels to the Ascension. And the first level to ascending, right? Because there are levels to this life shit. And trust and believe, right? Once you get to a certain area of knowledge, okay, we'll just back up. Let's start with the first stage of this ascension, right? This is the awakening, okay? Like I was saying earlier, right? Waking up into who you are, right? We are noobs in this game of life, right? You wake up and you notice that you have some form of power, right? You may not fully understand what your power is, but you do know that you do have an influence on your reality. You may not necessarily understand that you are the person who is actually in control of your reality, but you still have, you feel me, come to a awakening point to where, you have power, right? You understand that there is power within you, and this is that awakening stage, right? And now we about to backtrack a little bit, right? Because first and foremost, right, we all start off as what is considered a NPC, right? A NPC or a bot, okay? This is considered a sleeping soul or a drunken soul, okay? You're not necessarily demonic. You kind of just going with the flow. You kind of just, you feel me, with society and following the rules of what society deems as right and wrong, right? You don't necessarily know, you feel me, or you haven't acquired the knowledge in order for your soul to actually awaken, right? So after you do awake, right, of course there are levels to the awakening, right? You come into this, you come into that, you may go back into history, you may go a little bit into the future, right? So once you have become an ascendant, right, you have ascended, you have woken up to who you are, right? You are on your path, you are on your journey, you are experiencing life, you are experiencing experiences, right? You come onto this spiritual journey of unknown, right? And when you come into this journey of the unknown, you begin to notice a few things, right? One of the things that you will begin to notice is that there are forces that are working with you, right? You understand that these forces that are working with you are actually ancestors. These are actually spirit guides. These are actually ancient deities and or time travelers from the future, right? That are actually here to assist you in your ascension. And one of the things that you will overstand, which you actually need to overstand, right, is that all these forces, right, that are helping and guide you are one with you, right? These things are part of the universe. It's a reason it's called the universe, right? Because it's all within you, right? We are literally cosmos walking around within a multi-level reality, right? Everybody has their own universe within themselves, right? And within this multi-dimensional reality, we can experience with other beings, right? That is the purpose of us falling into this descended level, right? When we fall into this descended level, we just came here to learn and to grow and experience, right? And when we do that, right, a lot of souls sometimes get trapped, right? And they forget completely who they are. They may end up in a reincarnation cycle. And these forces, right, that are here to assist you have already ascended. They have already made it to that level, right? And they are just helping you get to where they are, right? Right? So, and that's basically the ascendant, right? You are working your way. You on your journey and you working your way. Now there is a level, right, to the ascension called the ascended masters. This is kind of what I want to call it, and you feel me? I don't know who else calls it this. People probably got their own terms, right? But the ascended masters, right? This is when you have risen your vibration to the point where you understand that you are the God in your reality. You understand that all these past texts that these ancestors or the ancients left, these were for you, right? They literally wrote them for you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You cannot be hurt by any outside forces unless you allow these forces to um, hurt you or cause any damage to you, and you know that this damage that is being done to you is all for the good at the end of the day. So once you do become an ascended master, right, you will experience certain things such as astral projection. These are things that you will be able to tap into, which literally lets you project with outside of your body, which is also considered God consciousness, right? Once you're able to do this, right, you can literally experience God consciousness. And with this God consciousness, you are allowed to maneuver within the matrices within your own given will, right? You will be able to see into the future, see into the past. You will be able to literally choose the next step, right? And that's the crazy thing about this experience thing, right? When we come down, right? When we fall from those higher realms, right? Because with the ascension, right, we are coming back to those higher realms, right? And the crazy thing about this ascension that's going on right now, right, because it's been cycles, right? The earth goes through cycles. Time is an illusion, but the cycles are real, right? And man creates time in order to be able to record these cycles, okay? And that's all, you feel me, it is just recording of the cycles. And we've been through cycles before, right? Some cycles are harder to ascend, some cycles are easier to ascend. We are going through one of those periods where the ascension is actually considered easier than it might have been in the past, because the universe is in a quarantine, right, where people are separated and isolated from each other in order to grow their spirit within and rise in consciousness, right? So that when this is over, right, the gods, the god kings and queens, the original beings, and beings who are coming from other stargates as well, multi-dimensional realities, alternate realities, right? These beings can now be ascended and contribute and within the multiverse with other entities, okay? So these beings, right, that are here and have been helping you, right, they have already ascended to these higher levels, and they're just not doing anything but helping you, right? That's all they want to do. And a lot of times people call them spirit guides, people call them ancestors. At the end of the day, it's all within you, right? And you as the ascended master can now maneuver within the matrices. And you have to understand, right, when you come into this spirituality journey, when you come into this ascension journey, it's tailored to you individually. You can't necessarily do something that somebody else does and expect it to work for you. You have to find out who you are. And that's the thing about you feel me, this atom, right? We are all different in a unique way, and that's the crazy thing, because we are all experiencing something different at the end of the day. And with this different experience, right, that's what the multiverse is about. So we are in a time of ascension, and if you're not, you feel me, on your P's and Q's, and you're not, you feel me, trying to raise your vibration, and you're not trying to, do what is necessary in order for you to ascend, because the ascension has already happened. And this is the so-called rapture, right? But we are in a period, right, where we are like, it's levels, right? It's literally levels to it, and you have to understand these levels. And once you experience one thing, you're going to want a taste of another, right? And the thing about consciousness is this: if you decide that, hey, I want to ascend, I don't want to be on the 3D realm anymore, because the physical earth is the lowest vibration in the universe, okay? The physicality, okay? The 100% physical, that fluoride eyeballs, you feel me? That is the lowest vibration in the universe, and that's why they're continuously pressing fear on you guys, because this is something that they are aware of. Now, once you get into the ascended levels, right, this is the 5D and higher. These are spiritual connections with entities and deities and mortals and angelic beings who are here assisting humanity with rising as well, because this is a team effort. Okay, you will notice that you have a spiritual team behind you. Everything literally works in your favor because you are the chosen one. Okay, so another thing that we have to understand with ascension, right, is that there's a level that is beyond what we can comprehend. It gets so high that literally we as physical beings, okay, can't comprehend, because it's literally levels to this. Okay, there are literally realms beyond the Earth's atmosphere that we cannot reach until we have died a physical death. Now, we are eternal beings, right? Because we are spiritual beings, right? But the flesh, okay, the flesh is not eternal. The flesh is here for the experience. The flesh can live a long, long, long time, but it can't live forever. But the spirit, right? The spirit, right? The knowledge that you have acquired within this physical experience, right, is what is going to help you and guide you along through the afterlife, okay, into these ethereal realms, okay, which exist beyond the Earth's atmosphere, okay? It exists beyond the Earth's atmosphere, and these realms have different rules to them, okay? These are spiritual realms that are similar to the Earth's realm, but they're higher in vibration and frequency, okay? We cannot fully comprehend and understand these. We can only prepare ourselves for what is to come after death, right? So this is one of the main reasons why it is important to ascend in an authentic way, rather than using certain things that so-called elites and Satanists use in order to tap into forces that the original beings can tap into naturally, right? Their ascension, which isn't really ascension, it would be technically descension, right? Into even lower forms of vibration. But you got to understand, it is polarities to these things, right? So as high as you go, right, it's going to be forces just as the same that's polar. So there are literally, you feel me, motherfuckers on this planet that have knowledge just like an ascended being, right? But they are using their knowledge to manipulate the lower level matrices because they haven't reached that point authentically, okay? That's why it's important to reach this stage authentically, so that when you do, right, prepare yourself for death, right? That's why it's important your service unto others, right? As you go through this spiritual journey, right, you have to be authentic. You have to be, you feel me, kind. You have to, you feel me, do good works unto others, right? You have to, you feel me, increase your spiritual grade, for lack of better words, right? Because when you do this, right, when you transfer into the other side, all you have is your knowledge. You don't have your physical flesh, right? And all you have, you feel me, is the weight of your heart. And the weight of your heart is in some way, shape, or form going to get balanced out, right, with the feather, or whatever you believe in the afterlife, right? What you hold inside of you as what is considered, you feel me, authentic or GMO, that is going to come with you on the other side. And this is going to determine where you go after you die. That's why it is very important, right, to be authentic with your ascension, okay? And I'm only telling you this because I care about you on some real shit. Like, I'm not here to spread any false information. I'm only here to spread what I know and what I've acquired along my spiritual journey. Now, that's basically all I got for y'all. Now, make sure that you are ascending in an authentic way. Make sure that you are not tapping into things like, okay, so like, for example, right, these elites or these demonic forces that run these lower level matrices, right, they have knowledge. They have tons and tons and tons of knowledge, right? They could technically be considered higher vibrational beings, right, only because the knowledge that they know, their reality is different. It's twisted, right? and these are wicked beings, right? And they do things such as satanic practices that require blood sacrifices to lower level forces, right? And these lower level forces are using them as only vessels, okay? And this is the manipulation with these people who are trying to reach a certain level, and they probably are so deep into this, right, that they already know what their judgment is, right? And they know that they can't escape it at the end of the day. If you stayed to the end of the video, much gratitude, much appreciation. Y'all stay out the way, y'all stay blessed, y'all stay safe. You already know it's the tribe. We working our way up, 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 and we keeping our vibrations high. We protecting our energy at all costs. Let's do what we do. You already know. Stay up, stay blessed. It's been your boy Sir Fuqua. I'm out.